Greetings mortals, Brimthen here, and this is Guide Souls. This is going to be a too long didn't watch. If you want to watch all the ups and downs of it, go to the playlist that has all of the videos. But this is for the people that just want the tips, tricks, guides, and explanations that come from that clipped down in its own video. This video contains everything that was important inside Guide Souls, and it is in one little kind of package. It's kind of sloppily edited because all of the clips in this was used for TikTok. So you're getting partial sentences and not really any like leeway or transitions or anything like that. I've tried to organize it the best I can based on like when you would end up encountering it in the game. But if you apply these tips and tricks, you will find you will have a better foothold in Dark Souls early on. Dark Souls is a game that I believe everybody should at least try one time and like kind of learn the game. It's so rewarding to struggle against the boss and then finally overcome that boss. It's just such a rewarding thing, and I suggest everybody should get that kind of feeling. Naturally, this game isn't for everybody, but if you follow this video, you should be able to play it at a much more kind of intermediate level, because this is going to explain advanced tips and tricks, and honestly, it explains stuff that the game doesn't really provide to you in any easy way of understanding it. So hopefully this helps somebody out there, and maybe it'll help you fall in love with the game. Their armor, which is how fast you can roll versus how much damage you take, which you're going to take a lot of damage no matter which one you pick, and how much your shield can block. So for the heater shield, it blocks 100 physical damage, so you will never take damage when you block. This blocks 100% of damage, so you'll never take damage when you block. This does not. I think I don't know the exact number here. I'm just gonna spout something out here, like an 80 blocking shield or something. So every time you block with that shield, you take 20% of the damage. You take even less with these parrier shields, but you have more frames for your parries. Also, knives have higher criticals, so you deal a lot more damage. This has poison resistance and blocks 100%, or if it doesn't block 100%, it's like 95 or something close. Something not even remote worrying about it. Hunter comes with a bow. Also doesn't have a 100 blocking shield. It's real low or something. Really low shield. Another dagger, but has magic. Pyromancer. Pyromancer only relies on attunement. Pyromancy is based on your souls, your currency of the game. The more amount of money that you have in this game, the better your spells are going to be doing, because you level up your pyromancy hand and you get higher damaging spells, and your money basically turns into damage. Cleric relies on faith and attunement. Attunement is for how many spells you can have. Faith is more like healing miracles, but they're also force miracles, buffs, and protection kind of spells. Pyromancer doesn't block 100%, and Cleric doesn't block 100%, and Deprive certainly doesn't block 100%. Not much reason to go Deprived, except that he's extremely balanced, and there's certain builds that are worth doing so that you have more efficient late game stuff. But again, for a new player, don't worry about efficiency. In this video, we're going to go with Wanderer, because that is too much in this game. Your Estus Flasks are going to be fine. Twin Humanities can be helpful if you're looking for some more humanity type build stuff, but I really wouldn't worry about it for new players. Binoculars are in the early part of the game. You can get them like within 5 minutes of playing the game. Pendant is my personal favorite for the memes and the reasons. Master Key opens up a ton of doors that you would normally need a key for. It's the best starting item for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing in the game and just wants to accidentally open up a door that they didn't know they had the key for. Tiny Being Ring is for everybody else. It grants a small increase to health. It is small, but it is noticeable in the early game. I highly suggest Tiny Being Ring for people that want more health. Especially people that's going for like Wanderer or somebody with lower health. Old Witch's Ring has uses to get other items. Think about it like a golf swing. You've got the wind up, and then you got the swing. The right there in between of winding up and when the animation starts to swing is when you need to parry. It is not during the swing. It is not during the wind up. It is right there at that pinnacle, right when the animation, you know, if I'm raising my sword back, as soon as I get to here and start forward, it's that start forward frame. As soon as my hand goes like that, that's when you want to parry. It is not while it's coming down or while it's coming back. It is right there as it's starting. This is important because there's certain characters who have very big weapons and take a really long time and hold it back there and then start. And as soon as they start is when you want to parry. Now watch me mess this up first try. Got it. If you move forward, back, left, right, or push the heavy attack button, you're not going to get a riposte most of the time. You still can every now and then, like I just did right there, because there's just this like 1 second window that you're allowed to do it after the noise has happened. And then there's a backstab. This guy is the best to train with on all of these topics. He's got weird attacks like that where he rears back real far, holds it for half a second, and then goes forward. He also has these kind of attacks where it's kind of easy to pay attention to, but I'm always doing the parry right as soon as the attack happens. Don't ever do it on that wind-up. If you do it on the wind-up, you're going to fail. See? There's the wind-up one. Oh, I had that one more into the swing, so to speak. Here we go. See, there's the wind-up, and I missed it, and I took damage. Stats and everything. If I go in here and I look at my scimitar, and I go to this screen where I can see everything, you have right here your required parameter bonuses. My strength has to be 7, which it's 10, and my dexterity has to be 13. So I've got, 14 on dexterity. So, as long as I meet these parameters, I can wield the scimitar properly. This is another thing that you need to pay attention to as a new player. You also want to pay attention to weight, because that's going to determine how fast you can roll. And then you have your parameter bonuses, E and B. Dexterity, which is the hand, as you can see here. Dexterity is B, so my weapon scales more damage based on how high my dexterity is, meaning this is a dexterity weapon. It also means that I want higher and higher dexterity to deal more and more damage with this weapon. I wouldn't take a stat like this early on past 24. Your build is that you're wanting to do. When you've determined that, yes, I'm going to be a dexterity builder, go to 40. You want your endurance at 40 no matter who you're playing or what you're doing. So it's never a bad idea to increase your endurance. The general gist of how this lines up is I say endurance for everybody, always get endurance, and then pick a attacking style, like what your weapon is or if you're doing magic or whatever. So in this case, we're doing dexterity. So I would go endurance, dexterity, and then vitality. Now, if I was splashing some magic in there, I'd put intelligence in there, and then attunement, and then vitality. Vitality should be the last thing you really want to level up as far as like stats that actually help you out go. Never really increase resistance and never increase stats that you're not using. Like if I'm going with a dexterity build, there's no reason for me to get strength unless my weapon requires. See, my shield pretty well does a lot of work for me. For this particular boss, what you want to do is get behind him and deal about 3 attack damages on him every time he swings. Keep your shield up, keep it low to regain stamina, and just tickle the booty. The majority of this boss is just tickling his booty, staying behind him. If you can stay behind him, you've got this fight in the bag. There's some of these long straining attacks that you kind of got to roll or stay away. But the bulk of what you want to do is a few attacks, block or dodge roll away, a few attacks, block and dodge roll away. And that's how the majority of boss fights are. Because you can get a few attacks in and roll away, or just back up, like I'm doing right now. And that'll beat most of them. Be able to block more hits is the other idea. But the main thing, the biggest thing to remember is not to constantly have your shield up. Only have your shield up when you know an attack is coming in, because that's going to let you regain stamina a lot faster. Otherwise, you're going to get shield broke. You're not going to be able to roll out of the way. You're not going to be able to do as much stuff, but only block when you know an attack is about to come in, because you're safe throughout the whole entire rest of it. Now, if I had a 100 blocking shield, I wouldn't have taken any damage through any of that right there. Now, I've put them, the AI will react to you as well. They'll get scared of what you're doing. The game is really, truly easy when you really sit down here and like look at this kind of stuff. But I'll go over that one more time real fast. So, for example, watch my stamina bar. So when I roll, it gets used. When I attack, it gets used. When I block, it gets used. When I parry, it gets used. When I am just running, it gets used. So like endurance is the #1 most used skill in your entire stat tree. You might take damage every now and then, but there's rings that can increase your health. There's rings that can increase your stamina, but you need as much stamina as you possibly can. That is the most important stat in this game. Absolutely 100% the most important stat in this game. So I can show off this weapon and kill one of these guys at the same time. So these guys like to have their shield up a lot. You can do that little number and get rid of that shield. Yeah, I want to keep that other guy alive. These guys are extremely easy to parry, because their move is very highly animated. Watch them here, okay? Watch when the attack... See, as soon as he goes, like that, that is where you want to parry. That little, kind of thing. It is not the wind up. It's not the follow through. It is the apex between the wind up and the follow through. And these guys are really good to train parrying on, because a lot of the time they don't really get to hit you too often when you get used to parrying them. Also, they're good to practice doing your kicks, because anytime you can kick a shield away, it means you can kill the enemy quite easily. On that, I know you can get it. No, it's a pick-upable, right? You pick it up in the last area of the game. You can get his weapon and a shield, I think, is all that's available to you. But it's still a low chance, which can be raised with certain items in the game, but for the most part, this is all you want to do to kill him. And this is a good way to get used to backstabs. Because again, he can kill you in 2 hits, and it takes you a ton of backstabs. He's not a slouch. He's got this triple attack, and he's got these slow attacks that he does sometimes, and those slow attacks is where you want to get your backstabs. But again, it's that right shoulder blade to center is the real thing. Oh, I should not have went for the jumping attack. He just attacked right through it. And I knew I was out of range right there, which is why I drunk. But I shouldn't have really drunk right there, honestly, at the end of the day. Use strong attacks while falling. So you'll do a strong attack while falling, which I didn't do because I didn't care. And then you're literally going to run over here, run all the way to this door. So I would have done like 1/4 of his HP or whatever right here. Lock onto him, run to the right just a little bit. Don't let him knock you off the side. But as soon as you get past him, sprint as fast as you can. Sometimes he's going to catch up to you here. If he does, just back off and run back to the door. I am running way slower than I want to run. I need to go here, and I need to take these off. I need to be naked man for a minute here. And we're going to run right between his legs this time, if he'll let me. Oh, his tail flipped me that time. Oh, that can happen. That can happen sometimes. It's happened to me many a times. So one of the easiest ways to get past the dragon is just hanging out right here. Like, hang out, piss him off, hang out right here, and all you're going to do is wait for him to get off of his perch. Wait for that animation where he's not trying to breathe fire. 3, 2, 1, animation. Ah, I was close, whatever. As soon as he does it, start running past him. He's going to do a big breath attack or whatever. That gives you enough time to get to the bonfire and sit down. And your goal is to sit down before he breathes fire into this area. And if you do this, he will fly away. Now, he will come back if you go to the other end there and go down. So you'll have to do this again every now and then to get back here. But the main thing is that you can pull this lever. Yeah, this really is the only way to fight him. I thought you could deal more damage to him from the front, but I guess not. Go figure. How was I dealing more damage a minute ago? That's 3 damage. That's 4 damage. That's strange. Go figure. But yeah, as long as you don't get him charging at you. 4 damage, that's all. What? I've done more damage to him in the past. Huh. Either way, just note, like, okay, so boss fighting, right? So right now, like, I'm fighting this guy, and his movements are slow. He does these sweep attacks like so. So as long as I'm not, like, if I'm standing right here, he's not going to deal damage to me. Like, I can pretty well just back up away from him. He's not actually a threat. Like even out here. Let me go kill the, let me go kill these stupid, archers up here real fast. Ah, I couldn't roll that. I just blocked all of that damage right there. That shield blocked all of the charge damage just now. Get that final backstab, and I'm gonna have to get a roll right here. It's possible to kill the boar with the fire there. It's possible to kill the boar here. If you watch my nephew, he does these dropping attacks right here to kill the boar. By getting the boar right there. See, there's the fire that I was talking about. He goes here and does these, like, drop down attacks and kills the boar. That's an easy way to kill the boar. Oh, hey, I got his hat! I got his hat! Dude, this run is being so weird to me. Oh my god, this run is being so insanely weird. This run of, like, Guide Souls has been such a certain thing about this particular weapon is area of effect of your weapon, dead angles, and learning the general limitations of it. So fighting in a close quarters area like this, I wouldn't want to do that because it's going to get hit on the walls. I would want to do the more jabbing attacks that has a little bit more range. Now on these halberds, you'll notice if it connects, I have a lot faster of an attack. But if I miss, I've got this little short strut that it makes. Check this out with this halberd. So when I attack and I miss, you'll notice my character loses balance for half a second. Watch it. Like that. Kind of got this little dip attack thing. A miss with these bigger weapons takes a lot longer than multiple hits. You'll notice when I hit, I don't stagger like that. So, let's see what my kick here will do. So there you go, I can attack very rapidly. Put my shield up, block that one. Clearly can't attack there. Get another hit in. Only when it's clear that I can't do something like that. Now I'm doing those on purpose. I could have not taken those hits by putting my shield up. I purposely attacked at incorrect times twice now. See, right here's a good attack. There's so much time where he's moved, and you want to pay attention to your enemy's movements. Right here, I can get 2 attacks, possibly. You know, he blocked one of them. Right here, I can get up to 3 attacks by staggering him. Follow up after his attacks. Play the dance. Focus on what your enemy is doing, and do your attacks in between the times that they're slow. Now, you should do that even with the fast weapons. With the slow weapons, it don't really matter. All weapons is what you should do that with. You can go to pretty much any area in the game that you want to, as long as it's not boss locked or like key locked or anything like that. So, for example, if I wanted to go down here and get to this free Estus Flask shard upgrade thing, I can, just because I can get down here and do it. Now, I want to be able to run quickly, and I want to be able to move fast, so, you know, I don't want to do anything that would hinder me from being able to do this, but Homeward Bone allows you to kind of run down here and pick up items and head back. So, for example, with this, you can go straight down into here, and grab a free upgrade, like so, and head back to the bonfire. You won't even lose souls if you do it correctly. But in my solo level 1 run, you'll see that I have... I mean, this is a very, very, very old thing I used to do. I wonder if I can even do it in one try here. I also go and do this as well, though, a little bit. I definitely wouldn't sit at that bonfire if I was anybody. But just be careful with all of these kind of dudes here. This game is beautiful, by the way. You may have to block right here, usually by the jumpy guy. And then if you want the Lucerian, which I'm going to go pick up the Lucerian real quick here as well. If I got to run back down here, I'll run back down here, whatever. But the Lucerian is right up here. Right here. And that's like the best halberd in the game, in my opinion. Especially paired with the Leo ring that you can find later as well. Creator of it, he used to read Western stories, and he didn't know English very well. So what he would do is he would read parts of a chapter, and he wouldn't understand some words, so he would have to fill in the blank with what he believed was the story. And as he read through these Western books, it took on its own kind of living story inside of his mind. And that's what he wanted with Dark Souls. So he purposely put it as just like one big cutscene to get an idea of what the book is about, and then sprinkled lore all over the place, but didn't leave any connections or explanations, so that it was up to the player, the viewer, the person watching the lore, paying attention to the lore. It was up to them to sit down and find out what Dark Souls' story is. And there's a lot of stuff that you would miss if you didn't really pay attention, and just stuff that's around here. Like in Anor Londo, there's a statue that's cut down, and it represents the prince being exiled or leaving the kingdom. Like, all of the small details in the Dark Souls universe is important. Just so massively important. All right, I have to reload. And I'm reloading because I pushed Lautrec off the side of the mountain, and I want his item. So when I reload, it'll be sitting right here. So if you ever push any important items off to the abyss, they're not... You'll notice with my soul level 1 run, it took me 1 hour and 15 minutes to do everything that we've done in this stream, plus kill Capra Demon. And we're 2 hours into this one just because of how much extra time I've taken. If you want to watch me methodically play the game and play it like I'm talking about playing it, watch my soul level 1 run, because it is very good. I am very focused, and I don't really tell too much guides on what to do, which allows me to kind of like play a lot more optimally. So if you want to see me do good, check out my soul level 1 run, which is going to be uploaded sometime April on YouTube, but is still available as a VOD on Twitch. You get their tail weapon, but once you get them down halfway, the other one starts getting here. So you want to kill him as fast as you can as soon as that other health bar jumps up. And then you've just got this guy to worry about, which is really easy when you have the lightning on any sort of weapon. But the majority of their attacks is breath weapons and long distance attacks and swipes. So as long as you like kind of play safe here, so you know, I'll put myself here. You don't want to be in the fire, obviously. You want to like kind of sit back, but you can dodge most of their attacks by like just moving in like this. And there's me a free hit right there. You know, right there. He did that swipe. He does that swipe. I'm behind him now. There's me a free hit. Both bosses work this way. They just get really hard when they're together. You know, I take a hit. Sometimes he'll try to dodge. He'll do these giant jumping attacks. That's your moment to get a hit in. You can block here. Hit him once. You can block here. Hit him twice here. If you have a faster weapon, you can usually hit twice in one attack area. But with this Lucerne, like, you know, I block, I take a shot. I wait, I circle around him, I let him do his big swing. I can usually get a shot here. Block, let my stamina go up, make sure my stamina's up full before I take another attack. Just keep blocking, attack. Sometimes you'll get hit. Sometimes you'll have to take a Estus Flask and just keep blocking, unblocking, blocking, unblocking, blocking, attack, and Capra Demon's easy, honestly, at the end of the day. There's only so many moves that he can do. Once the doggos are down, you're pretty able to kind of just block it with a physical attack like this. He's really just a giant normal enemy at the end of the day. Like, I'll take my hand out here. So he does these big sweeping attacks and I'll get a hit in. He does a big sweeping attack and I'll get a hit in. Always dropping my shield to regain stamina back up. You don't want to keep your shield up with him. He's going to teach you to take your shield up only when he's attacking. Take an attack only when you know you can take an attack. Not there. That was a bad move on my part. And then, if you ever need to drink an Estus Flask, wait for one of his attacks and just back up here. Go all the way to the edge. Wait for him to kind of do some attacks. This is a risky place to be, but usually he'll fall down and you can take another drink and then you can do your little drop attack. I'm gonna maintain my rolls, get those backstabs, and get that extra bonus damage for two-handing. And all I'm doing is just rolling when the attacks happen. And I can't roll through them all. I can't roll through them all. That's the problem. So I'm going to have to heal. But I can also block with my weapon to take less damage. I need poise to fight through stuff like that. And I can do jumping attacks to get better positioning. So I want to get this right here. Your ability to block the damage that, you know, the enemy is sending in and then respond back to them is huge. I mean, you can do two-handed weapons, but two-handedness requires you to roll more. So this is like a baby Capra Demon because it fights in the same way. So I'm just going to maintain my rolls, get those backstabs, and get that extra bonus damage for two-handing. And all I'm doing is just rolling when the attacks happen. And I can't roll through them all. I can't roll through them all. That's the problem. So I'm going to have to heal. But I can also block with my weapon to take less damage. I need poise to fight through stuff like that. And I can do jumping attacks to get better positioning. So I want to get this right here. Get my large ember that lets me upgrade my Lucerne up to 10. So yeah, this guide gets you all the way past the Capra Demon to where you can upgrade to plus 10 on your weapon. As long as you take the rest of the tips to heart, like only blocking whenever an attack is coming in, keeping your shield down to get your stamina up. Find yourself a weapon that you can really get used to and enjoy. The majority of weapons are just play styles. Any weapon in this game can pretty well beat the game. It's just some weapons are, you know, slower, and if you're not good with slower weapons, you're going to struggle more. Some weapons deal less damage but are faster, and if you're not, you know, if you're only getting one attack every now and then, you're going to struggle more. Find a weapon that fits your kind of play style, whether it's magic or a bow or whatever. Get that weapon up to plus 10 and go beat the game, because you can beat the game. I promise. You're able to do it. You are stronger than you believe. You are capable. I believe in you. I really, truly do. This game is amazing. To struggle back and forth and learn the boss's mechanics and to get used to fighting the bosses Like, once you overcome that obstacle, it's such a rewarding feeling, and you should take pride in it. Beating this game is one of the things that I believe any gamer should do, because it really does teach you confidence and pride in strife and challenge and working through obstacles. Really focus on that stamina bar, really focus on a play style, get that weapon up to +10, and you can beat every single boss in this game, I promise. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for watching this. I love you guys. Keep up the good work. Stay hydrated, wholesome, and I'm proud of you.